Hi guys, we are back. Hopefully you have home your inequality notes like I told you to take them home. I'm going to go over today still doing one-step inequalities, but focusing on multiplying and dividing. Again, we've seen these before, and right across the top of my page, we have that special rule that when we multiply both sides of our inequality by a negative number, we have to remember to flip our inequality symbol. So that's going to be the most important thing to remember as we go through these today. I'm going to do a few to get us started, and then I'm going to let you do a few, and we'll go back and forth a little bit. So same process as when we're doing our one-step adding and subtracting. We're going to translate each of these, solve it, then graph it. So my first one, a number divided by -3 is less than 5. So if I don't know the number, remember you pick whatever letter you want. I'm going to use x. Divided by -3 is less than 5. My one step to solve is going to be multiplying both sides by that number in the denominator, which is -3. And because it's a negative, I have to make sure I flip my sign. So on the left, the -3's cancel with each other, and that leaves me with x is greater than -15. Okay, I flipped the sign because I multiplied both sides by a -3. That means -15 has to be on my number line somewhere, and I'm going to put -14 to the right, -16 to the left. We should have an open circle at -15, and we want all the numbers that are greater than -15. So that means I'm going to the right with my arrow. Okay. In the second one, 1/2 of a number is more than -8. So I need my fraction 1/2. Of means to multiply. So that's an operation word you can use right there. So 1/2 of a number, so I'm going to do 1/2 x, is more than -8, so greater than -8. My one step to solve, remember to get rid of a fraction. You can always just multiply by the denominator or the reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2/1. Okay, that's the reciprocal of 1/2. When I do that on the left, the fractions cancel out, leaving me with just x. I didn't multiply by a negative number, so I keep the sign the way it is. So I have x is greater than, and this is going to be a -16. If you want to put it over 1, you can. You don't have to, though. So -16 has to be on my number line. I'll put it right in the middle. I need an open circle, and I need all the values bigger than that, so I'm going to the right again. My third one, 1/8 of a number is less than or equal to 3. So remember, 1/8 of a number, so multiplying by some variable of your choice, is less than or equal to, so I need that line underneath, and I'll put the 3. One step to solve, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, so 8/1. Everything on the left cancels out except for the x. X is less than or equal to, and I got 24. And again, you can put it over 1 if you want, but you don't have to. 24 has to be on my number line. And I need a solid filled in circle at 24. And I need all the values that are less than, so we're going to the left. The next three are, some of them have division, okay? But remember, dividing by a number, it's kind of like multiplying by a fraction, okay? So we're still kind of doing the same thing, but I got a number divided by 4 is at least -2. So try to set this one up right now by yourself, and then, so pause the video, set it up, and then check how you did in a minute. If you had x/4 is greater than or equal to -2, you did that correctly. If you then multiplied by 4 on both sides to solve, remember that cancels with the denominator, so you have x is greater than or equal to -8. It doesn't flip. I know there's a -2 there, but that's not the number we multiplied by. The number you multiply by is the number that on both sides, you're saying I'm going to times by 4. So I got x is greater than or equal to -8, which means I need a solid circle at -8, and my arrow goes right. Moving right along, we have -1/6 of a number is less than -9. So -1/6 of a number is less than -9. So this time I want to multiply just like I did right above it. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply on both sides by -6/1. So when I said I'm multiplying both sides by -6, that tells you right away that should send off flashing lights that we're going to flip that sign in the middle. On the left, the fractions cancel out and leave me with just x. And on the right side, I've got -9 times -6, which gets me a positive 54. 54 on my number line. And I need an open circle at 54. I want all the values that are bigger than that, so my line should go to the right. And my last example, and then I'm going to have you try a few on your own, or I'll do a few more with you for dividing, because right now we're just multiplying. So I got a number divided by -8 is less than or equal to -5. I'm going to do x divided by -8 less than or equal to -5. I'm going to multiply on both sides by -8. Flashing lights are going off in your head because I said multiply by -8 on both sides, so we're flipping that sign. The 8's cancel on the left, leaving me with just x. And on the right, -5 times -8 gives me a positive 40. 40 on my number line with a solid circle. And I want values that are greater than or equal to 40. So I'm going to the right again. Hopefully you're kind of getting the hang of it. There's just one step to solve all of these. Okay. So these ones are going to focus on dividing, but it's the same rule that if you divide by a negative number on both sides, you have to make sure you flip that inequality sign. Same rule for dividing. So my first one, 4 times a number is at least 10. So I'm going to do 4x at least tells me it has to be bigger than, but it could also be equal to 10. My one step to solve, I want to get that 4 away from the x, so I'm going to divide on both sides by 4. And that leaves me with x is greater than or equal to, and we can write this as a simplified fraction of 5/2. Or I could also say this is 2.5. So I'm going to put my 2.5 right here in the middle of my number line. I'll put 3 to the right, and I'll put 2 to the left. Need a solid circle at 2.5, and I want all the values bigger, so we're going right. In my next one, 3 times the number is less than -9. So 3x, 3 times the number, is less than -9. My one step to solve is dividing by that 3 in front of the x. Okay, always divide by the number in front of your variable. They cancel out, leaving me with x is less than -3. Now I divided -9 and I got a -3 answer, but the number I divided on both sides was a positive 3, so nothing has to flip here. I got my -3. Open circle, values that are less than are to the left. I'm going to do one more, then tell you to try the last 3 on your own. So I got -5 times a number, I'm going to use x again, is greater than or equal to -10. I'm going to divide by the number in front of the x on both sides, which is a -5. I'm dividing by a negative. Flashing lights are going off. We're flipping the inequality. And I got x is greater than or equal to -2. Whoops. Hopefully you caught me. I didn't flip my sign. X is less than or equal to -2 or +2. Man, struggling with this one, guys. A +2 right in the middle. I need a closed circle, and I need all the values less than, so I go left. So I want you to pause the video now and try to translate and solve the next 3 all on your own, graph them, and come back and check how you did. All right, take a look at my 3 answers. In the first one, to solve, you had to multiply by a -3/2. Remember, multiply by that reciprocal of your fraction. So when I did that, and remember when you're multiplying your fractions, think about what's 12 times -3. I got -36, and then divide it by 2. That's how I got -18. So I got x is less than or equal to -18 because I flipped my inequality sign. In the second one, I divided on both sides by a -12. So again, I flipped my inequality sign. So I have an open circle at -7, but my arrow goes to the right. And my last one, I have 21 is greater than x. If you want to flip it around so that the x is on the left so you know which way to go on your number line, then it looks like x is less than 21. So that's all the ones we're going to do for today with solving for using one-step multiplying and dividing. Your homework, your practice over the weekend on that last page, so you should already have 1 through 8 done. That was your homework yesterday or on Wednesday. Now I want you to try numbers 9 through 20. We'll go up to there. So you have 9 through 20 on that last page and the back of it. All right. Good luck. We'll check things all together when we're back in school, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.